Brunch, the daily morning show where we talk about the latest topics in pop culture. I'm Brittany Jones-Cooper.
I'm Shannon Coffey.
I'm Allie Colbert.
And I'm Lucas Tim.
Hey, guys.
And I love cake! Cheesecake! Today we're going to talk about a massive asteroid that just missed Earth, how Lily Singh is already slaying the late-night game, and a story that has sparked debate about a couple never choosing sides of the bed. Plus, third-generation owner of Junior's Restaurants, Alan Rosen, joins the table for National Cheesecake Day.
But first, guys, Arnie Hammer made waves over the weekend after uploading a video of his son sucking his toes on Instagram. The actor received backlash for his since-deleted post, but his wife quickly shut down haters by commenting, sharing the video on Instagram was not the best move on A's part, but I can assure you that our children's safety and well-being is always our first priority. Woof.
Wow.
Okay, I have something to say.
Okay.
Can I start this off?
Yeah, please.
I think that, like, children do weird things. And I think a lot of the weirdness in this video is, like, us putting that on what's going on. Like, this little baby isn't trying to, like, turn on his dad by licking his toes or, like, turn himself on.
I 100% agree, except for the hashtag that says foot fetish.
Thank you.
Oh, I didn't.
The dad made it weird.
Yeah.
The dad.
I didn't realize that the
Inappropriate.
Yeah, I can tell.
Weird.
I was like, she hasn't seen the hashtag.
Okay, well, he shouldn't have done that. That's weird.
I'm more concerned. Feet are disgusting.
Yes.
Disgusting. I don't care when you just wash them. They're disgusting. I would never allow a toe to be in a baby's mouth.
Here's the thing, kids do weird things, but parents shouldn't allow it. Is it the same way that when my niece tries to like put my finger in her mouth, I go, oh, no, no, no. I just don't do it because I know my hands aren't probably clean. You just don't let your kid
No, if your kid sucks on your toe, you laugh and you go, okay, don't do that again.
Yeah, but you don't pull out your camera and then record it and put it on the internet.
I mean, obviously the foot fetish on fleek thing is not the best hashtag.
Yeah, I think he was trying to be funny, and obviously this isn't a weird sexual moment. But I think he just missed the mark on this joke 100%. I think he didn't expect the internet to take it that way. And it's like, we've seen way more innocent videos than this between parents and kids get like destroyed. Like when, I feel like Victoria Beckham and her family are always in the news for kissing their kids on the lips. And people are like, that's disgusting.
Tom Brady.
It's like, that's not true.
Right.
Yeah, so if those people get in trouble, I can't believe that Arnie Hammer thought he was gonna say hashtag foot fetish on fleek and not get in trouble.
He always misses the mark.
He does
Even
always
though I
miss the
love
mark
him,
a
but
little
like,
bit.
he always like doesn't get it.
He's not a comedy writer.
Yeah.
We've been proven that time and time again.
I will say I am very impressed because when you look in that video, Arnie Hammer's toes are so big, especially the big toe is so fat and wide.
Yeah.
And that kid's got like at least two. He's got the big one and a little tiny one. He's like putting tons of toes in his mouth.
Deep throating those toes.
So I'm like, I would watch a TV show which like, how many toes can you get in there, you know? Like that isn't, look, I don't, it's
Right.
so creepy.
God,
it's so
Yeah, he does
bad.
have a really large big toe.
Also,
yeah, it's so big.
like, I don't know. Okay, but
You know what they say? I'm kidding. Sorry.
Yeah, and the bigger the big toe, the wider the belly button.
Yep.
Oh,
That's what they say.
Yeah, because, measure your belly button with your toe and they're the same exact width.
Wait, are you making that up?
Yeah, of
yes,
course I am.
obviously.
Yeah.
What the
No, I don't know. There's weird things like your foot is the same size as
have
this.
you met Shannon? That was a joke. She was saving Lucas.
Yeah, but Shannon also just has like random knowledge about things that I don't know about.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah,
Thank
so your
you.
body does have all those weird things, like your foot is the same size as this.
Oh, look, when he like puts those two toes in his mouth, like look how much.
Yeah, he's like,
This video is so disturbing. It is so disturbing.
I don't think, Lucas, you said toes are so disgusting. I don't think it's bad to lick a toe once in a while.
Okay, well, in the
you're
moment,
into that,
sure,
it's
yeah, if you want to lick that toe, but I mean...
I'm not talking about father-child toe.
That's
licking.
what we're saying. I'm okay with it if that's like your thing that you do in your time, but like with your kids.
But why does it have to be your thing? Why can't you don't you ever just want to lick the entire body of the person you are with?
That must be your thing.
I don't know.
Feet smell.
I think that's your thing.
Feet smell.
Feet
Fucking
sweat.
assholes and dick smell. I lick them too. You know what I mean? Like, I don't
That's true. That's a fact.
What do you mean?
That is a fact.
I don't know. NASA has reported that a massive city-killer asteroid just missed Earth, and scientists had no idea until it was only days away. Because they were all busy licking Arnie Hammer. Look up, bitches.
Actually, I read another article that said it wasn't an asteroid at all. It was just his toe.
Oh.
It was just his
big
toe.
Just
toe.
his
Yeah.
toe.
This,
That's a fact.
See, now I believe you.
This,
random
teach me
knowledge.
something
this
new every
big
day.
asteroid or toe was 427 feet wide and it was 45,000 miles away from Earth, okay? And it's called 2019 OK.
Or is it 2019? Okay.
No, but let me tell you something, okay. It's also called the city killer. You know what's not okay? Killing cities. If this thing hit Earth, it would have been like 4 nuclear bombs going off,
Yeah.
and we just found out about it.
And maybe that's what we need. Okay?
To wake us up?
Yeah, it's what happened 66 million years ago. A 6-mile wide asteroid hit the Earth and killed off the dinosaurs.
Oh, you mean to destroy us?
And we got to
Okay.
reset, and maybe that's what we need.
But
Well,
yeah.
the dinosaur bones are there to prove our faith.
It's true.
But
man.
this guy was saying if more money is spent to helping these services to detect that we don't have to go the way dinosaurs have gone.
course.
We are humans and have a lot more technology than they did, reportedly.
So
I think
instead of
that's a
getting
fact.
taken out by an asteroid, we decided to get taken out very slowly with global
ourselves.
warming,
Yeah.
just by our own toxicity. I love it. We were like, you know what's worse than an asteroid? Slow death.
Slow death.
Yeah.
That's a
Slow
way.
death.
I'd
we go.
rather just blow up. Like
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like death by explosion sounds really nice because at first you'd be like nice and warm and toasty, and then by the time you're like exploding, you won't feel that. You're just like, "Bleh," it's instant, but you get to feel like nice and cozy right before.
Yeah, the worst part is just waiting for the impact, you know?
yeah.
And then after the impact, we're all dead.
Or fighting over plastic and paper straws like nonstop, like being like, oh, it matters, it doesn't matter, and judging people for buying a metal straw.
Michelle Wolf has an amazing joke about global warming where she says that, do you know this joke?
No, but I just like wish she was on the show
Yeah.
to deliver her joke.
All right, well,
Wow.
no, I can't go on.
No, go on.
No,
It was
go
just a joke.
Michelle Wolf has an amazing joke where she talks about how global warming is like clearly Mother Nature's a woman because that's the bitchiest way to kill out people. She's like, oh, it's hot in here? I don't feel anything. Anyways, Michelle Wolf would have done it better. But.
I do think it's fascinating. Lucas mentioned that we do have technology now that could stop this. You know I nerded out over this, of course. So they're saying, like, this we only knew a couple days before, so it didn't give us time to prepare. But if we had time to prepare, they can send up a spacecraft to hit this head on, or they can send up a spacecraft if it's really far out, and it will just, like, travel alongside it and pull the gravitational pull like away from the Earth. Like there is technology
that
that's really
is the
cool.
scientific term, pull the gravitational pull away.
You know what? I went to a public university. Right?
Hey, I learned something.
You know
Thank you,
what
Brittany.
No, you know
Wasn't
what we
that
could do?
the whole movie with Ben Affleck
No,
and
that's
Liv
what I was gonna say.
Tyler?
We could just send Bruce Willis up with a drill.
Okay, sorry. You want to take it, take it.
You guys are really struggling over the jokes
Yeah.
today.
No, I'm sorry.
I know. I feel like everything I say, you're like, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh my God, I didn't mean that.
We don't want
some cake.
We don't want to send up Sandra Bullock because I saw that movie. She floated around for a long time. That movie made me realize I can never go to space.
That
and
movie
never want to.
stressed me out.
Never want to. I have no desire. And people are like, I want to go to space and see the Earth. No desire. I don't want to end up like Sandra Bullock.
That movie stressed me out when George Clooney just floated off into
Oh my-
infinity. I was like, we are nothing. There's no point to life. Like it really messed me up for a few days.
I know.
Have you guys never seen that movie?
Gravity?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, it didn't have the same impact on you?
No, I was busy thinking about that. There was a poll in the UK where it said, like, if you could go to space to land on the moon and, like, guaranteed safety, you'd come back, no problem. Would you go? And, like, people voted no because they were like, there's no point.
Right.
And
Yeah.
It was like, oh, you're not even interested about the moon, like, at all?
Well,
I would go if I could come back for sure. I'm just
yeah. Shannon, you got to enroll in Trump's Space Force and lead his space
Yeah,
team?
I'm already signed up.
You already signed up. I'm
Yeah,
assuming you would be a
I was the
great...
first person to sign up.
He
Yeah.
That's how
announced
it works.
it.
It's just like first come, first serve, right?
Yeah, no, it's like in your Twitter DM, you got the link, and like that's it.
That's the best way to reach him. You DM him like, I want to join Space Force, and then he'll just like sign on up, and you'll go to space and defend the Earth against those asteroids and aliens.
Yeah.
Trump is the reason I am no longer afraid of asteroids careening into
Right.
the Earth.
Because you know what? How bad can it be?
Can't
'Cause
be
we've
worse
seen it
than-
really
Yeah,
bad.
it can't be worse than what it is now.
The sweet release. Lily Singh will soon join NBC's Late Night Family with Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers. The comedian has announced that the writer's room for her talk show, A Little Late with Lily Singh, will have a gender-equal writing staff consisting of 3 women and 3 men.
You should have more than 6 writers.
Small team.
That is a small.
Or maybe it's a smaller show. It's at on
it's
1:30
late,
a.m.
It's
Yeah.
late, yeah.
Still, it's small. Give more people jobs. And you don't need to have gender equal, just have it all be women.
Well, yeah, they tried that. Busy Tonight had all women.
Yeah.
It got
Yeah.
canceled, but
Aquafina's writing room is all women.
Oh, does she have a show?
Yeah.
Is it
on
coming
Comedy
out?
Central.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
dope.
That's cool.
Nice.
And Samantha Bee right now is second to Lily Singh because she's 45% women, 5 women, 6 men.
Yeah.
But she does host the show. So
Yeah.
and I love Full Frontal with Samantha Bee. They're incredible over there.
Yeah, I mean, it's progress, right? That's what we want. We want different stories told. It's always, I don't feel like maybe we know how to react to this because it's like, yeah, good, it should be that way. Like, why are we, it's like, it sucks that this is like making news.
Yeah, it's really disappointing that most late night rooms are like all white men.
Yeah,
Still.
Yep.
but that's what sells. They're all guys named Jimmy, though.
Right.
Is that what sells? Do people like that stuff?
No, I think it's institutional problems. I mean, the business has such an entry problem that they're not giving women the experience to progress. So, oh, you haven't been a writer assistant?
Yeah.
We can't hire you. You haven't been this. So it's harder. I mean, I think Seth Meyers is doing a good job trying to fix that. We've talked about this before on the show, but when David Letterman interviewed Tina Fey, and she flat out called him out. He was like, I didn't think any woman would want to be on my show. She's like, no, we would have.
We did,
We
yeah.
did. And David Letterman has tried his best to correct his mistakes. He had a very notoriously boys club white male room. So I think it's up to the people in charge to kind of try to change that and give women the chance.
I even feel too when they do give women a chance either behind the scenes or on camera, it's always like if that woman fails, like with Busy Tonight, people are like, well, then all women's room didn't work. And it's like, no, just that situation didn't work, you know what I mean? But I think it can work for a lot of other hosts.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard when shows, when talk shows have big budgets and there's a lot riding on them.
Yeah.
You know, like with Andy Cohen, he's still.
Sleeping.
Hey, what's up?
Can we throw cheesecake in there?
Want a cheesecake?
Yeah, aren't you getting paid?
When Andy Cohen would watch Owens Live, you know, that was a big risk for him, and he's still the only.
I mean, Andy Cohen really is what we need to be talking about. I mean, he really pushes the boundaries for women in the late night space.
God, okay, I was just gonna talk about how he's the only openly gay talk shows out there, and he doesn't have a
Really? What about Ellen?
late night
Late
show.
night.
I'll just eat my cake. I was just talking about how talk shows
wow.
need to progress slowly and.
I don't know that we deserve this cheesecake.
Yeah.
I think we're all bad today.
Are you guys a fan of Lily Singh?
I'm not familiar with her work, so I'm
She's a
excited.
YouTube
Yeah,
star,
I'm
yeah.
excited to see her on broadcast TV and what she does with that format.
I think she's quick as shit. I actually really enjoy watching her. And she had this funny joke where she was like, I hope my parents love this as much as they would a grandchild.
Right.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
I
That's
get it,
true.
girl. I get it.
She's cool.
Yeah, she's really great at characters too. We covered the story when it came out, and we were all like, we can't wait to see what she has to deliver, and we're still waiting.
Yep. We'll see soon.
Well, one Twitter user's story about a couple never picking sides of the bed has the internet in a frenzy. Let's dive in. So basically, this person tweeted that he knows a couple who every night they go to bed, they don't know which side of the bed they're gonna sleep in.
Insanity.
I've never been so disturbed in my life.
Really?
So emotionally wrecked. I would not even, when I was living with my ex, it was so clear our sides of the bed, so clear even when it's the hotels, vacations, of where I slept.
Oh, the hotels too.
And I was always close to the bathroom, which is usually close to the door. And
Protect against intruders.
also I just peed a lot during the night. But yes, sure, protect. Yeah, of course. Yeah, this messes me up. I could never do that. I could never do that.
Super weird. I've never heard of this. Have you?
Do you always sleep on the same side of the bed?
Always.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yes, but
Well, do you sleep alone?
I do, but like if I'm seeing somebody, like
Yeah.
if I get into a routine, I have had like boyfriends that we dated for a couple of months. I typically sleep on the same side, but it was like sometimes if I was at his place, I would sleep on the other side, or sometimes if I was just in a different mood, I would sleep on the other side.
And it wouldn't mess you up?
No?
Sometimes my girlfriend really wants to sleep on my side. I think just because like it's my side, and I'm always like, no, you can't sleep on my side.
I kind of think it like sometimes gonna like if you're not sleeping well. In this article, it mentioned like sometimes if you're not sleeping well and you switch sides, you sleep differently, you sleep better, you try different positions. Like
Yeah.
I get that.
Maybe I should do that.
You
Yeah.
should.
Or when my ex would be out of town and I had the whole bed to myself, like I would kind of lay.
You would invite a lot of people over.
I would invite a lot of people. I would kind of try out her side a little bit, or be like in the middle more, and just kind of try to spread out.
yeah.
The middle's the move.
Because usually I would sleep like this, because I would let her have the room, and I would just be like trying to just be as.
nice.
But I'm a heavy breather, so she suffered too. So
Yeah.
like we give and take. Relationships are give and take when it comes, especially when it comes to sleeping. But
Yeah. I currently sleep in the middle of my bed every night. And I love it.
What a luxury. What
It
a
is
luxury.
such a being single is the best.
It is.
It really is. There's so many perks. I don't have to deal with somebody breathing or snoring. I sleep in the middle of the bed. Air conditioners at the temperature I want. I have like all 4 pillows around me. It's
pillows.
amazing.
I want to sleep alone in a king-size bed.
I love sleeping alone,
Yes.
honestly, even when I'm in a relationship.
Yeah, I want to be single. No, I'm joking.
And your girlfriend watches this show every day.
She's like the only person who watch this.
I know.
Do yeah, we love Allie.
Yeah. We love Allie.
Her name is also. It's really confusing. It's not like fake.
But dude,
It's okay. He's
when
sleeping.
when Allie he's asleep anyway. When Allie sleeps on your side of the bed, does that switch up the romance? Does it excite
No, I
things?
just try and get her out of my
Like,
bed.
get out.
But I'll go to the bathroom and I'll come back from the bathroom and she'll be on my side. And I'm like, whoa.
Allie, no.
No midnight.
You should just let her do it. See what happens.
Maybe.
It
All
might
right.
change your
Allie, tonight's your night.
Well, guys, moving on now, it's time for today's guest. Alan Rosen is the 3rd-generation owner of Junior's Restaurants, known for having the world's most fabulous cheesecake since 1950. Today, Alan joins us to celebrate National Cheesecake Day and dish on the special offers you can find at Junior's, the home of New York's best cheesecake. Everyone put your hands together for Alan Rosen.
Hi. What's going on?
Hey, Alan.
Hi, how are you?
What's going
Nice
on?
to meet you. Everything's. I'm surprised to be here. I didn't know National Cheesecake rose this high this quickly.
Oh my God. It's
My favorite
Oh,
day
wow.
of the year.
Just going
Well,
to town on my
I want to
plate.
try the red velvet.
different flavors. So how is Junior celebrating National Cheesecake?
So if you go to one of our restaurants today, you can get $5 for any of our slices of cheesecake.
Beautiful.
You'd pick the cake if you have lunch or dinner with us. We're taking $5 off any of our whole cakes if you go to our bakery. And if you go online, because you can't get to New York and get to us, then you can have some great deals there as well.
Oh, you guys ship?
We do, everywhere in the United States.
That's fantastic.
Wow.
You're doing the Lord's work. I hope you know that, and you should be sainted.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So plain cheesecake is obviously the classic, but
Correct.
we have a lot of different iterations here. So what do we have on the
So what do we have? We have a red velvet cheesecake, which you just tried in there, but it all starts with that New York style cheesecake. That recipe is 69 years old this election day. Cream cheese, fresh eggs, sugar, heavy cream, touch of vanilla. Red velvet cheesecake, devil's food cheesecake, which has a big cheesecake in the middle of that chocolate layer cake. Of course, strawberry cheesecake. We call it a 3-fruit cheesecake with cherry, pineapple, and blueberry. We have your beautiful logo on a plain
Yes. We
cheesecake
love
right
that.
there.
Thank you so much.
That's a Black Forest cherry cheesecake that we just sort of came up with, a chocolate cherry cheesecake just for online for specials
What's
for
your
the day.
biggest seller?
Plain,
plain.
and strawberry.
What's your favorite?
I actually like plain because
Really?
I think the true test of a great recipe is when you don't cover it up and you keep it the way it was meant to
I
be.
kind of feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're a 3rd-generation owner, so tell us about that. Was there a lot of pressure
There,
coming
well,
in?
well, depends how you perceive pressure. There was no pressure put on me to do what I've done. I loved it. I mean, when I was 4 or 5 years old, if I wanted to see my dad, I went to work.
Right.
Because he was never home. And I'm not crying because I thought that was the way it's supposed to be. And so I would get up at 5:30 in the morning, get dressed as quick as any 5-year-old could, and run to Brooklyn with my dad. And I just developed such an affinity for it. I felt no pressure. I mean,
So
I
you-
love going to that place every day. I'm 50 years old. I still love going to work every day.
Awesome.
Wow.
I mean, I literally love my job.
What was your first job there?
So a couple things. One, I think there was a blackout like in the 70-something. And I remember I was sitting behind the counter. There's this horseshoe counter at Junior's in Brooklyn. And I have the metal bus boxes that we used to have up against my legs. And there's a ledge, and I'm tossing coffee cups, and I drop the whole thing.
Oh, no.
I start to cry like really bad. And my dad comes over because I thought he was going to be mad. I broke a bunch of cups. He's like, it's okay. It'll be okay. And so I did that. And then I used to work at the bakery. And because we had small fingers, my brother and I would peel doilies apart because every cake had to be set upon a doily. And so all the cashiers thought it was funny to put the owner's kids to work and separate doilies. Then as I got older, I remember unloading trucks, and the guys would throw the cream cheese in 30-pound blocks at me, and I would come home with bruises on
you
my
were
arms.
getting injured a lot.
But
Well, they tried to.
Yeah.
Wow, and you never went through a rebellious phase where you're like, I don't want the cheesecake life.
No, listen, I've always been a worker, and I love going to work, and I mean, the fact that this is 69 years later, and I get to do this on a day like today, it's pretty fortunate.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
my family's also in the restaurant business for 3 generations of family owned, and the problem I often see is the mix of family and business. How do Junior's Restaurant, how do you guys figure
Your story's true. The mix in family and business is horrible.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell the whole story publicly, but it's created a decent amount of dissension in my family. I'm the only family member who works in the business currently. Others have ownership in it, but do the grinding every day.
Yeah.
And
Hit the nail on the head.
yeah, you certainly did. No, it's any business that's physically and mentally taxing that one person's running and other people are getting the benefits of, it's hard for someone to feel that there's equity in that.
Yeah. Right.
So that's sort of what you're sensing.
So Junior's Restaurants has been known to have the world's most fabulous cheesecake since 1950, which is a very long time for the restaurant industry because restaurants literally come and go.
Yes.
What do you attribute to the longevity of the restaurant as well as the cheesecakes?
Okay, so the longevity of the restaurant, I'm going to give credit to the previous generation, my father and my uncle. My father passed away a few years ago, but he was in that restaurant day in and day out. And it was only one restaurant then, too. So he would go into that restaurant 5, 6 in the morning every day and just focus on that restaurant. I've obviously expanded the business a bit, but we've really stayed true to what we were. Cream cheese, fresh eggs, sugar, heavy, nothing's changed.
Right.
Corned beef the way it is, pastrami the way it is, all the products, everything's made in-house in all of our restaurants.
Wow.
Every gravy, every dressing, everything is from scratch. Every solitary thing. So I think a lot of restaurants, as they get bigger, decide to go away from that homemade appeal, and that inevitably leads to the downfall, or they become the chain or whatever. And we're just trying to run a few independent restaurants that serve really good comfort food.
Yeah. And when you're so well known for your cheesecake, is it hard to like raise awareness for the quality of other menu items?
Absolutely. It's sort of a chip I have on my shoulder for our food. Because yesterday I went to Junior's on 49th Street and I had a Cobb salad with a friend of mine. He goes, "It's the best Cobb salad I ever had." I said, "Tell your friends," because we don't get enough credit for the food that we serve.
Yeah.
Our burgers are giant and great. Our corned beef, everything's fresh, made in-house. I mean, we just all ate there on our way down here. We had an early lunch, and the food quality is just amazing. So yeah, it is hard because you say Junior's, everyone immediately thinks cheesecake. But if you go to one of our restaurants, we have 3 of the busiest restaurants in this country, and it's not based on just selling cheesecake. It's based on selling great food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, and you have some really famous clientele. I'm sure you have some big stars coming in. Any we would know?
Yeah, you would probably know them all, but first, I always like to pay homage to the regular people that just come in every day for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, because, yeah, it's great that every president that's ever been a president has been there. It's great that every mayor and, LL Cool J's fun to see, and, Biggie Smalls used to hang out there, and I thought that was like the coolest thing ever. I mean, because we
That
had
is
like,
the coolest thing ever.
it was really, I mean,
Yeah.
can I say fuck? It's really
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, sorry.
Isn't that where Diddy sent?
Yes,
people
Diddy
to
sent those.
Cheesecake? Oh, I'll
Diddy
never forget
sent the
that.
kids to walk across. And I know what's funny. Someone called me. They're like, "Did you know you're on Making the Band?" And I'm like, "I had no idea." I literally. And then I was like, "Oh, there was like a slip in my box
Yeah.
one day that someone just signed." We had no idea that happened.
Wow.
It was the
Until
most
it happened.
memorable episode of that show.
Correct, and I know they've been talking about recreating that show lately.
Yeah.
And so we've been mentioned the last couple of weeks about it because they're recreating the show. Maybe they'll
That's
do a
dope.
kickoff from our place in Brooklyn. That'd be fun.
That's really fun. And you guys have locations Manhattan, Brooklyn, and Foxwoods.
Correct.
What are your plans for expansion in the future?
I don't exactly know. We're sort of not like one of these big companies. It's sort of how I feel on any given day. If the right opportunity presents itself in the next 6 months, I'll jump on it. But I'm not out there scouring the world for locations,
Right.
to be honest. Because we opened a second Times Square location, 2 years ago. That's settling. We're working on some other stuff I can't tell you one about because I was told I can't say anything. But I am looking for another opportunity when it presents. And if it's the right deal, I'll do it.
Well, what you're doing is working, so keep doing it.
Thank you.
Alan, thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
for
Thanks for
joining
having
us.
me. Thank you.
And to celebrate National Cheesecake Day with Junior's Restaurants, you can visit juniorscheesecake.com. That's all from us. We'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same table.